This is a subscriber request from Omar about mental toughness. What it really comes down to is when I was in my mid-20s, and when I left home for the first time, I was like 18. I moved to Florida, and I started taking tests later for being in the fire department, for being a police officer, and I realized that these are just people that didn't give up, I filled out a form to own my own pest control business, hey kitty, and it took me quite a few times to get the license, and the test costs $200 every time you take it. So, whether it's I have fibromyalgia, and I don't ever say, I suffer from this. I don't go, oh, I suffer from this, I have to work. No, it doesn't define who I am. I don't fucking suffer from anything. You know what I mean? When I was on drugs and I detoxed in jail, and I had a major neck surgery, and I did all this shit by myself when I was 309 pounds, and my doctor said, you're going to be on pain pills the rest of your life. You're not going to go back to the gym, you're not going to be able to do jujitsu, and you just refuse to believe anything negative. Like, I'm just telling you, I don't give a fuck who you are. If you want to fight in the UFC, if you want to be a doctor, if you want to be whatever, you have to put the time in, and you have to want it. I mean, I walked to work for the last year, 45 minutes in the fucking heat. I'd be drenched by the time I got there. Excuse me. I could have took the bus, but I said, I'd rather get my cardio out of the way. Now I ride my bike, and there's people go, how do you do that? I do it because that's the only way. I mean, what else is going to happen? I don't have a fucking ride. I'm not going to ask somebody for a ride. You just can't stop doing things, and you can't give up on stuff. Whether it's I lost 50 pounds, whatever. If you really desire to be something, I don't care if you're my age now and you want to do something. Like my entire life, like I knew I wasn't going to have a normal life. I knew I wasn't going to go to college. I knew I was going to live wherever the fuck I wanted, so I traveled a lot. I moved all over the United States. I've lived in 5 different states. I started realizing, like, I don't talk to anybody in my family, and it's probably for the best. But when you don't have any backup, okay? Like, I moved to Tampa, and I said, the worst thing that's going to happen is you might end up homeless. But I've been homeless before. So things, hit the fucking skids down here, and I ended up homeless. And when you've been through shit, like I lost both of my brothers before I turned 40. I was a drug addict for 10 years. I've been to jail. I worked at a prison. I've been all over the United States. I've had fucked up things happen to me that I can't even talk about on here. But when you get through things, whether it's taking a test or moving to a different city or a relationship that fucking fails or whatever, and you just, like right now I deliver patio furniture. I mean, I make pretty decent money doing it, but like, I'm not gonna give up and go, well, I don't ever settle. Now there's a difference between being happy doing what you do and settling and just not willing to risk it. Sometimes you can't. You got kids and you got a good job, blah, 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 blah. But if you can, and you're fucking feeling like your life's pretty mediocre, I tell people, before you do anything rash, and before you get on antidepressants, try some kratom, try 5-HTP, get your testosterone checked if you're a guy over 30, or if you've used performance-enhancing drugs and if you fucked your system up, and then just see if you're suffering from depression, or is it really just a biological thing? So I hope this answers some of your questions, Omar, and you guys, if you have any other things you want me to talk about, feel free to hit me up. All right, thank you.